Yo, okay. Make sure your mic's always allowed. Just confirm. Mine is definitely. Otherwise, that'll be a very awkward stream.
Yeah, party settings. By the way, have it in the lobby because they can't hear my voice then.
Okay.
Make sure. Did I just get blue screen?
Did you actually?
Oh, no. It's fine. Well,
Okay, right. The first people in tomorrow to put stuff in chat. I'm excited for this, man.
yeah, so am I. Oh, ZELEX v UNIFY Grand Finals.
Oh, and I'm loading into a game. They might.
So, what are your predictions on the game? Like, who do you think's gonna win? I know you're a coach at ZELEX, but
I mean, obviously,
who do
I
you
can't
think?
go. I can't go against my boys, ZELEX. Yeah, I mean, like they're just.
Yeah.
It's not allowed. Meanwhile, I've just loaded into one of their 2v2 right now. I'm just interrupting on that. I genuinely think that ZELEX are going to take this one, and I'm just going to
Really?
say it's not even going to be close. Maybe close maps, but I just think it's going to be 3-0, 3-0 ZELEX, and I'll put it in chat as
Yeah,
well.
but
Like you can quote me on it.
last
I,
game was a close match. Like
but
each match was very close.
I know what my players are capable of. I know that each one of them has ice in their veins. Each one of them can take over a map, and that they know what they're doing on the map. Like they're organized. They have really good team chemistry, and we've sorted out our search and destroy. And I really think it's just easy peasy for ZELEX.
So who do you think is gonna be like fragging in the whole thing in the hard point?
What who do you think is going to be the MVP of the series or just
Yeah,
respawns?
of respawns.
I really think that the two players that especially can take over on the ZELEX side are Ibex and Cryo. Like I've seen Cryo in scrims do
Oh yeah.
absolutely insane numbers in their respawns. Like, especially like there's some maps that he just dominates, and I don't want to give everything away, obviously, but there's some maps that Cryo just it is his home. It's where he lives. I do think it's worth considering that it is a North American host for some of these maps and European host for others. Um, so things can get sketchy, is maybe the best word.
Yeah.
Um, but I mean, what are you thinking, Zach? Um,
I think that Unify's gonna take this one. I think it's gonna be a close match, like 3-2 or maybe 3-2. I think it's gonna be a very close match. That's what
are
I
you
think.
expecting the game five?
Yeah.
And who?
Probably.
I mean, but who's going to clutch up in the last moments? Do you think it's going to be ZELEX or Unify?
I say
Oh, wait. What do you mean by that? I Oh well. I mean, we will see. I've played against these guys before. I know how solid like some of these players can be. Obviously, it was all on North American host, so it's kind of hard to judge. Obviously, I'm a European player. You can probably tell by accent. Um, but it's it's hard to tell. But I got absolutely pooped on in that map, and I can just expect that. I just say I got pooped on, and I can just expect that to continue. Um,
yeah. How do you think your Ibex is gonna do? Your Ibex, sexy
um,
boy.
Look, Ibex is my boy. Like I can't go against him. He's one of the most consistent players. I mean, MVP of uh,
Last
last
year.
match against, and I completely forgot the team name. Um,
Pantheon, guys.
yeah, Pantheon. It's forgettable, man. It's a forgettable name. Um, okay, I didn't mean that I didn't mean to dog the guys at Pantheon. You're all very nice people. Um, but I really just I have faith in Ibex. Like it's that match wasn't a one-off. I know what he can do. He can really dominate these matches.
You think he's gonna get MVP again, or is it gonna go to someone else this match?
I don't know if the league will allow an MVP two times in a row, but
But
I
if
think
he
he has.
pops up,
I I think if he drops the same numbers as he did yesterday, then there's no way you can deny him.
I think he
Um,
went positive in every single match, like every single game.
well, he didn't just go positive; he went convincingly positive. 1.2s, 1.3s,
Yeah,
1.4s. Went 13 and
1.5.
7 in the search and destroy yesterday. I mean, Cryo and Bauer also. Bauer being on Pantheon, and Cryo being on ZELEX. They played really, really well. Let's not disrespect
Yeah,
what they did, but I mean, Ibex was just his S&D was so solid as well. Unlike the other two players had really good respawns, but the S&D wasn't quite there. Everything, he's such a well-rounded player Ibex. I just don't think that I can't see him having a bad series.
yeah. What do you think about Hunter getting that three-piece? I think the other day.
I mean,
I
the
get.
guy can just do some magical things on the controller. There's no like every single player in this lobby. Like, they've earned their way to their grand finals. They know exactly what
Yeah,
they're doing. You just,
talented players.
I mean, yeah, they're some of the top amateur players. There's nothing that you can't
Yeah,
disrespect them. You can't discredit them. Like they're just very very good at the stuff they do. And speaking of
yeah,
which, we do need to get the ZELEX guys in. Um,
yeah.
and I don't know where they are. I'll have to message them.
Wait, during this, in custom games, I think they're going over stuff.
Um, last time I checked, they were in a 2v2.
Yeah, they're in Hardpoint.
Yeah. Meanwhile, I need to set up team names. Um,
Yeah.
okay, they're joining up now. Okay. Right. I mean, Zach, what are you thinking? Like, who do you think is going to be the standout player this season? Obviously, maybe don't go with Ibex. Go someone different. But who
I
do you
think
think is going to take it?
Nitrix. I think Nitrix.
You think
Because
Nitrix?
yeah, switching to the main AR, he's been solid, especially in scrims I've heard about, and also in league play. He's been a solid person. With it,
That's
like
fair
switching
play.
from Slayer, I think.
I mean, he's the
He
man
was,
after the team.
yeah, but
Um,
before he was SMG picking up the AR. He's gone brilliant.
I mean, he's very, very consistent. He's always going to be the player in the back locking down those spawns, and that's what you expect from him. That's what you expect from a good Meniar. He's very, very reliable.
Yeah,
Obviously, he has those games where he's a bit slow, and that's expected for a Meniar. It's gonna be like that. Um,
yeah,
but I I don't really see him playing badly either. He's very, very consistent with the stuff he does. And I just think um, he's going to continue that. Like I can't see him slowing down anytime soon.
yeah.
So but you said
Uh,
3-2, and you said in favor of ZELEX. Um,
yeah.
I mean, why? Why not 3-0? Why not why not 3-2 in the other direction? Why not 3-0 in the other direction? Why do you think ZELEX is going to clutch out?
I don't know. I just have a strong feeling they're just gonna clutch it up. But also,
I mean, I know that obviously my players on ZELEX, they're very, very, you know, they're just clutch players. Every single one of them has the ice in their veins, and they can pull something off which is just absolutely nutty, and they can do that on a regular basis. And that's obviously something you love
yeah,
as a coach, to have that sort of solid icy backbone to it,
yeah,
and
yeah,
that's really what that's really what any team needs is just that ice in the veins. You need that TJ Halley, you need that accuracy, you know what I mean? Like not always putting out the big numbers, but when it really comes down to it, they're the ones that are going to win you rounds.
yeah,
Um,
yeah, yeah. And also, so how do you think about what the league's gonna turn out after the tournament? After all of this is done, how do you think the league's gonna turn out?
I'm really excited to see this league. Um, I I strongly believe that these two teams are going to be one of the top teams in the league. I'm not sure what the bracket's meant to look like. What team's going to play what, but I think no matter
Yeah,
what, these two teams are going to be the juggernauts of the league, and that will continue into the CDL. Well, I guess it's COD Delta League, so it is CDL, but obviously not official CDL.
Not official, yeah.
I
mean, that's pretty smart with the name CDL. COD
I mean,
Delta League.
You might be catching a copyright strike soon. Never know. And I'm not sure what cars would UNIFY go for. Let's go for the red and the white. Yeah, we'll go with that.
Red and black.
I don't think it lets me do a black.
Just put it closest one to black. Just looking at the chat.
Yeah, maybe we cover that one up. Censorship.
Yeah.
No, I'm really not sure where this is going to start. We are having.
Yeah, having issues with the map picking.
Oh,
and we're in.
I maybe this is going to restart. I'm not sure, but I guess we'll go with it. And I'll let you do your things up, and I'll talk at Unity.
Alright, calm.
Oh yeah, that's what I expected. Accidental start.
Yeah.
I mean, all players were in.
Yeah, I don't know why they restarted it.
I think they're having issue with
What should be alpha again?
Pardon?
What should be alpha again, like last time?
They're having problems because obviously I think the way it's supposed to work is that what's it called? UNIFY, they are the highest seeded team, which means they get host for 1, 3, and 5.
Yeah.
But the team that isn't as high seed, they get the pick for that 1, 3, and 5, and they host 2 and 4. If that makes sense. And I think we're having some issues with that. We'll see what happens. And I really think this could go either direction. I just think the ice of ZELEX is going to clutch this one out.
Yeah.
And I expect them to do that on a regular basis.
What do you think the hard point is going to be like? Like 250 to a wall, or from either teams?
I've never considered ZELEX to be the strongest on Checkmate.
Yeah.
I don't think they're not a weak hardpoint team no matter what map you take them to. I mean, in scrims, my mindset's always been don't take ZELEX to Garrison. Like that is their playground for hardpoint.
Yeah, isn't it anyone's playground?
And I'm not sure what to expect from Checkmate. I haven't seen as much from them, but
yeah,
we'll see what happens.
Yeah, like I said about Nitrix, always holding spawns. It's solid naming out there.
I mean, I'm not really sure what happened with that break there. Like, I would expect. Oh, and there's a stick from Wavy onto Vibez. That's a real tilt, and a team kill coming through from.
Oh yeah, TK from Cryo as well. Yeah.
Hey, Zach, I can just take over if you want.
Yeah, sure.
Okay. Oh, that's gonna hurt my voice, huh? Okay, right. And that's ZELEX in control of the hill again, and I'm not sure who has spawns here. There's a number 4 and 6 on the minimap. Nitrix, I'm gonna take down Danny, and that might just be spawns unless he gets caught out here. But it looks like there's gonna be a couple more important gunfights for these spawns. Wavy in the back, playing his life, trying to finesse his way around. He attacked one in Hunter. And I'm not sure if that happens. Oh, and he absolutely dominates on Nitrix there, and that might just be spawns in favour of UNIFY, and I think it is. I mean, Dale now just pushing from the front. He's going to be trying to lock him down that yellow crate, chucking a nade in as well. Cryo and Ibex pushing up. Cryo getting taken by Wavy, and now Ibex pushing up to the same position, going into the blender that is UNIFY. I mean, what's standing out to you? Meanwhile, Ibex getting the kill on Hill, and they'll be picking up this time. Number 8 and number 4, Ibex and Danny going to have another gunfight win in Hunter. I mean, what's standing out to you, Zach? I mean, if you look at the scoreboard, that is really... I mean, there's all sorts of scores on the board for UNIFY.
Yeah, I was just impressed by Ibex getting the 2 picks there off of the point and basically giving them the extra time that they need for that.
Sorry. I was going to interesting that he gives up the 5 seconds there. I mean, I personally would have taken it. Like, you know, P3 isn't that far away. I would have taken that 5-6 seconds, but I think every single player has their own way of playing. Ibex's obviously a very fast-paced player on the map, and he'll consistently do that. He's the kind of player that's very, very selfless in the way he uses like absolute beams onto delusions there. And he's the kind of person to run engineer, call out with those trophies on hill. He's the person that you'll listen to in the comms, and he'll, you know, he's the one that takes charge a lot of the time.
Yeah.
I mean, you know what it's like teaming with him as well. Meanwhile, Wavy's on the 5 spree, and he's looking towards streaks. I don't think he can pull in under GA rules, but I'm not really sure with the North American and European fusion what's going to happen.
Yeah.
This will be really interesting. For all we know, there could be a map restart if he calls these in.
I think we've agreed that no streaks are allowed.
Okay, right. We'll see. I'm sure if he calls them in, then the guys in ZELEX might be confused. But
yeah,
really,
that'd be a bit tilted.
The UNIFY are absolutely running away with this match, and they've got perfect setup onto this P4. You know, very occasional picks coming from ZELEX, and it looks like they'll be making their way onto 100 points, and they can get rid of Cryo at the front, which they don't manage to do. Cryo with a big kill, but it just immediately called out. And Nitrix locking it down from the front, and that might just be time if they can get rid of their... And they cannot quite yet. They'll take down 2 on the front, and Hunter will eventually take it down. But this kill's been really, really messy so far.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't disrespect it. Wavy 15-4 at the start of this match.
Yeah,
that is absolutely absurd numbers.
That's mad.
He's purely the reason why they're in this league. Dill with a really slow start of 3-10, and let's jump on board with him and see what he's doing. But you know, there's all sorts of things. You know, Ibex not having the hottest start. You know, MVP of last series, we were expecting him to maybe heat on up this map, which he's not doing quite yet.
You know, we have to give people MVP. They always have to have a break, you know. Sometimes they have to have a holiday.
Exactly. Yeah, you can't be MVP all the time. You know, even Sid can't do that stuff. But I mean, Wavy has just made a statement so far. I mean, meanwhile, a nice roll of 2 keys from Ibex, pushing onto the front of the hill. But UNIFY double the score of ZELEX right now. Ibex with a big 3-piece, trying to lock down the hill for ZELEX and get them back in the game. They'll take down the 4th on Dill as well. Obviously, with GA rules, streaks really won't make a difference. You can't use them. I mean, even if they were allowed, they wouldn't be used on this map. You know, cruise missile and artillery won't bag you many kills on a map like Checkmate with the big ceiling and the glass roofs.
Yeah.
Are there any exception to Wavy? Is there anything that really stands out to you? Anything you expected from a player? Anything that you weren't expecting? What's really sticking out to you though?
I don't know, I was just expecting that. I didn't think that Wavy would get this many kills off the bat, like straight away.
I mean, yeah, he is absolutely frying over there. I mean, he's on hill now. He might pick up another one onto Hunter. And still baiting his life around. Or they might just line up to a note he gets taken down after taking down Cryo, and that should be, maybe, if things go right for them, 30 seconds to get them somewhat back in the game and, you know, come close to tying this up. But I'm really not sure what to expect from this map. I know Checkmate isn't the strongest. You also got to bear in mind that, you know, some of these European players in ZELEX, they're on 120, 130 ping, maybe even more. But I mean, let's just appreciate some good Call of Duty. I mean, looking at the map now, Danny, he's going to have some really important gunfights coming on his way. He'll spot Nitrix and he'll be able to take him down just about. A little bit shaky, but he gets the kill on the back. And now he'll be facing up with Ibex. He'll take down Ibex. But number 6, Nitrix, is spawned right behind him. That is just, I mean, that is unfortunate, but it happens to the best of us. I mean, Dill, obviously 6 and 16, it's not what you like to see. But he's absorbed 1 minute and 50 seconds on this hill and making it 2 minutes very soon. I mean, you know, it's not great, but, you know, we've seen worse. He's soaked up the hill for his team, you know, allowing Wavy to go 23 and 11, allowing Delusions to go 19 and 14, allowing Danny to go 21 and 14. You know, he's enabling all these fraggers to just do their thing, while he's, you know, the stuff that maybe not as many other players would like to do.
Yeah. Like I said before, it doesn't matter about for me. It doesn't matter about my stat line. At least I'm doing bits for the team. Like he's doing 2 minutes. He's doing 2 minutes, and look at that. That's such a massive head, nearly 100 points ahead.
Yeah, I mean that is absolutely commanding lead over ZELEX right now. It's not really close. I was expecting a hard point really to be a lot more in favour of the ZELEX guys. Obviously, you know, North American coach is not as much to do about it, and it could just cost them. But I really was expecting a closer one.
Yeah, so did I.
I mean, we can't count them out of it yet. I mean, there's some absolute ice on these players. Cryo really the only real person stepping up for the team. I mean, Nitrix isn't playing badly, but not as many engagements as you might like. If you look at the setups, that's 3 ARs now on UNIFY and 3 ARs on ZELEX. You know, only Ibex and only Wavy that are pulling out these SMGs. And meanwhile, Wavy is absolutely frying with the 74U. He's really not slowed down since the start, or maybe only moderately.
Yeah, absolutely. 27 and 14. That's not bad. That's not bad.
I mean, it's not bad at all. I mean, Hunter,
yeah, not bad at all.
Hunter, you know, he's the kind of player that's going to get a lot of engagements in a map. He's going to be the person basically to allow Nitrix and Ibex and Cryo to get those kills. And you know, Ibex and Hunter offers to switch it around. Like sometimes Hunter will be getting all the OBJ time and waiting for his teammates. Sometimes Ibex getting this. It's a nice little fusion, but it just doesn't really seem to be working out as we'd expect it to. UNIFY get back on this hill, and it's just looking like trade's almost always going positively for UNIFY.
Yeah.
We switch on to Cryo here. Might be able to get he'll get chowed up by hill and then get taken down. Hunter will pick up the 2-piece though to try and break this hill, but immediately get taken down by Danny. And it's a really messy hill. Both times it's P4. I mean, you wouldn't expect much less from two solid teams, but they're luckily getting the kill in the corner. But you know, the hill time's still going in the way of UNIFY, and UNIFY about to close out this map one, and very, very dominant. Unless ZELEX can have anything to say about it, but at this point, you know, it's just consolation scoreline. There's not much you can do about it. These kind of maps, they're a tilter. You know what I mean? And like that, UNIFY might have just got back in the fight between Wavy and Ibex. Ibex will line up one, but he won't get the second, and UNIFY taking the map one. I mean, I'm already wrong. I predicted a 3-0 for ZELEX, and that was commanding hard point. I mean,
yeah.
What are your thoughts, Zach?
Like I said before, I think it's still going to go to ZELEX with the. I think they're going to turn it around in the later games. It's just one match. You can't predict what's going to happen after this one, because the S&D is totally different to hardpoint.
Yeah, I mean, there's some teams that are so dominant in hardpoint, and they go over to S&D and they can look like clowns. You know what I mean? There's you know, I guess Optic Gaming in World War II would be a great example of that. They were this is with Octane and Methods on the team. They were really strong in respawns, but as soon as it came to a search and destroy, it was almost a meme at the point. Like it was really, I guess, just weak search. So you know, I don't really know what this UNIFY roster has in store for us in the search and destroy. I don't know what to expect. Obviously, being coach of ZELEX, I know exactly what to expect. But I think it would just be really interesting to see.
Yeah, I mean, like tell us your thoughts about like what's going to happen now, because have you done any practice over last game or by S&D?
We've had, since yesterday, we've scrimmed once today. Obviously, I won't give any names away. But today I was quite happy with the search and destroy we've been playing recently. I think there's obviously search and destroy. It's never going to be perfect. It's only perfect if no one dies in your team at all, and that's never going to happen. So there's always improvements you can make. And I really saw today that everyone was doing their role. Everyone was doing what they're supposed to be doing, and that's what I expect from them. I'm expecting from ZELEX, I would say a close search and destroy, maybe a 6-4. I would not expect a round 11, but I do expect ZELEX to win this one, especially now that they're on their own host in Europe.
Yeah.
But like, what are your takeaways from that checkmate hardpoint? Like, what were you expecting? What was the reality?
I was just not expecting Vibez to go proper off. Like 33 and 18. That's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's absolutely insane numbers. I mean, and it's not like, players are too far behind him. Like, Delusions he was frying as well with his M4. He was doing his job, and everyone on UNIFY just seemed to be doing their job and playing it. Not only playing it well, but playing it properly. And I think that's the real that was the real difference in that hardpoint. But Search and Destroy, completely different ball game.
Yeah.
And I guess we'll see that here. What I've been trying to do with the boys is try and get them good at the bad maps. You know what I mean? The maps that no one else wants to play. So when you have that map pick, you pick the one that no one really plays because no one wants to play it.
Like Miami S&D.
And yeah, Miami's a good example. Moscow teams aren't keen on either. It just seems a bit. It just seems very random, and I've been trying to get it with the boys so that it seems a lot less random and a lot more rhythmic. There's a rhythm to the Search and Destroy, and obviously that will come over time with team chemistry, but I really expect ZELEX to come in and win the Search. But then again, I expected a dominant hardpoint from them, and we got it the reverse way around. You just never know.
Yeah, just never know.
I mean, with exception to the guys on UNIFY Nation, I really think that the guys on ZELEX didn't do what I expected them to do. Cryo was the only guy on ZELEX really putting up, neutral numbers. Not like he was popping off or anything. It was just he was, playing his role. He was slaying out enough to keep it relatively close, enough to give them some sort of hill time. Obviously, 250, 150 isn't a close map by any means, but it's not a complete stomping either. It's not a 50-point club. It's not really embarrassing for the guys. But, is there anyone on ZELEX you're expecting to pop off and then they just did the complete opposite?
Yeah, absolutely. If you look in the chat, you can see people from supporting UNIFY going absolute crazy with the...
I don't know about crazy, but they're they're happy about it. And then Tom Gret's absolutely trashing Zach. Matrix, you didn't have to do him like that, bro. You didn't have to do him like that. I mean, I don't know what. Actually, let's get the chat's opinion on this. Like, who are you? Not only who are you expecting to win the Search and Destroy, European hosts, so it's going to be in favour of ZELEX. But also, who are you expecting to pop off? And that goes for you as well, Zach. I mean, what are you expecting?
Oh, I think Vibez going to pop off again. Maybe Ibex. Maybe Ibex will pop off.
I mean, Ibex notoriously strong on Search and Destroy. He just has a very good read on the map. But I mean, Matrix saying ZELEX wins these. Ibex going to chat briefly. And Ace saying Wavy ain't great S&D. I mean, we'll see. Let's hop on to Wavy right now and see what he's doing. Playing out the 74U on Miami, I wouldn't really expect from this map more than 174U. You know what I mean? It's just it's so open, it's so expansive that it's what you expect. But it looks like UNIFY are going to be doing the B hit through garage here. And let's see how things unfold. I mean, who's here to meet him? Ibex playing the stops.
Yeah, like you see Hunter as well, checking over A-bomb with an M4 because that beamer.
I mean, yeah, that M4 does damage. I mean, he's pushing up through middle map now while the engagements are going on at B, and that's Ibex getting taken down by Delusions. I don't even know where he's coming from. Where's Delusions right now? He pushes the garage and he'll get taken down by Cryo. Cryo going to be looking to get traded out by Dammy. And I'm not even sure how to say his name, but Nitrix in the back of Trash also getting taken down. Danny now going to find the pick now. And maybe allow it to step on Hunter? Maybe. No. Hunter finessing, slipping and sliding, and he'll be popping over this wall. Maybe denying this B plant, but and he has the read on it. There's just not much he can do.
Yeah, he's just stuck.
Oh, he'll find one. Oh, okay. He knows where the other is. He's got the read. He sees him on the heady, and he'll get taken down.
Oh, that heady is very OP.
That heady is absolutely filthy. Like, I know that heady is a filthy. Nice opening play here from Danny, getting the 2-piece. I believe he finds Cryer here as well on the run back. That's really unfortunate timing from Cryer, just as the other piece is comes around the corner. But, you know, pretty solid round from UNIFY there. Obviously came down to the 1v1, but I think it was Delusions managed to set himself up. Oh no, sorry, not Delusion. Wavy set himself up in the perfect place for the kill. And that's just what you expect. You know, he put himself in the right position, he gets the kill. That's exactly what you want out of your search and destroy players.
Yeah.
And Wavy might just be going through the aggressive play down mid-map. He'll be playing that corner. Obviously, no one in ZELEX can have a read on him. Nitrix going around to Garage now. Who's just going to be watching that cross? Meanwhile, Wavy gets the first blood and Hunter gets to trade onto Delusions. So that'll make it a 3v3. They know whereabouts Wavy is, but they don't really have a read on where he's going to go. Cryo's going to be hunting him down. Wavy just going to back up and he'll be playing on the wall on P-bomb. Meanwhile, Dill sitting in Garage going to have an engagement here with Hunter. He's going to win it onto Hunter. Nitrix not watching the cross well enough, and Wavy going to have the absolute beams onto Nitrix as well. And that's going to be 2-0 in the series. Not 2-0 in the series, 2-0 in the map. For the Belgian in UNIFY. I mean, anything that stood out to you there, Zach, of that round?
I wasn't expecting Wavy pushing up so far and getting those picks.
I mean, it's a spot that it's one of those things that you pull out maybe once or twice on defense. You don't do it too much. I mean, if you do it too much, then it's just a really, really easy read. But when you do it, you know, you can cause some serious damage. You see a BZ do it a lot. You know, the first Bug King being himself. And it's likely, well, not likely, definitely an A hit out of UNIFY here. And only Cryo over at A-bomb here to meet it. Meanwhile, there's a 3-stack on B. Looks like number 7 Nitrix has the read onto the A-bomb. He'll be wrapping over. Cryo just got to do his best to hold off, but you know, this round, without a single kill coming through yet, looks very likely UNIFY are going to win it. They're the perfect plant on. Cryo's 10 HP now, and Wavy's going to get away. This looks very, very dominant for UNIFY without a single player going down. And Dill will get the kill onto Cryo. Hunter coming around the back, he'll get one. And they find the second. Looks like it not. Nope, Dill's going to take him down. And yeah, and very, very dominant round of Search and Destroy there from UNIFY.
Absolutely, yes. 100%.
Anything that stuck out to you there? Obviously, you know, Dill finding, I wouldn't say 3 kills, but relatively easy kills, especially onto Hunter. You know, my mum probably could have got that second one, but...
like, what could you do if you're out in the open on the beach?
I mean, yeah, I mean, Hunter, especially with a 74U, it's not like he's got an M4, like, there's not really much you can do.
Yeah,
I mean, Ibex, someone that we were maybe not expecting, but definitely having a good inkling that they might just pop off on the Search and Destroy, and he's going 0 and 3 right now. But he'll be playing the aggression towards mid and getting spotted by Delusion, pulled back up. Wavy and top piano. Does Ibex see him? That is very unfortunate timing on the stun, but meanwhile Hunter pushing up through Garage, going to find the pick up for Dill. Ibex down the top building, going to take him down, take Wavy down, and that's a 4v2 in favour of ZELEX. Nitrix going to be trying to cover these angles onto the plant, and bomb down for ZELEX. 2v4. I can't see them winning this round yet. They go 1v4, and he'll take down one. Piano, but I'd imagine Cryo maybe picks him up, or look, I think this round's already chalked. I can't see Danny winning this anytime soon.
If it wins this, I'll give him a kiss on the cheek.
That's a really good read, but you know, 12 seconds before I has to defuse this bomb, and it's just looking less and less likely by the second. He'll get tagged up, and then eventually getting taken down, I believe, by Hunter on the stairs. But I mean, great entry from Hunter and then Ibex to secure that B-side control.
Yeah, look, you see in chat, Lou going off at Ibex saying that he went MVP last match, now he's terrible. Lou, sometimes you gotta give people a holiday. Everyone can't be playing the best all the time.
Everyone needs their break.
Yeah, everyone needs their break, like Puggers right now.
Okay. I mean, really, the shining light for ZELEX here is Hunter. You know, 5 and 3. It's not, you know, unheard of numbers, but it's in a three rounds to one, you know, he's the real time. He's gonna, if he spots it, he has bomb here, and I think he does spot it. And you know, bomb going all the way out like that. That's a brilliant flank out of Hunter. And I'd expect him to try and get some backup into garage here. I know he's just going to back up into garage. And they know where bomb is, I believe, as long as Hunter spotted it. And this is looking very, very good for ZELEX so far. He's going to spot Bill. He won't be able to take him down. He might just back up here. Wavy spotting him, and he'll take down Wavy. Beautiful shots out of him. Dill eventually going to get the trade. I mean, like I said, Hunter, the absolute saving grace of ZELEX right now. And he's proving dividends for his pickup, going 7-4, finding the bomb kill, and also finding the second place. Ibex getting taken down by Dill, tagging Dill up pretty low. But now 2v2 looking very winnable. But no, Nitrix shuts it down, 2v1. I can't see you Dill winning. 30 seconds on the clock, getting shot in the back eventually by Cryo. And that is a very convincing round, especially out of Hunter. That is an absolutely huge kill onto that guy back garage.
Absolutely, yeah. He couldn't really do much there, like last time.
I'm really liking the plays out of that round from ZELEX. I haven't really seen much of the aggression from Hunter in the search and destroy recently. He's really putting that aggression on now, whipping up the M4. Going to be going, I'd imagine, top balcony. Never mind, he's going to be wrapping around. Oh. And they looking like an A push. Number 6, Cryo, going to be the guy that's going to try and get some kills outside hotel, but Ibex unfortunately getting picked off. Really not having his best game on 1 and 6. And you know, Danny's locking down these lanes onto A lane, and it looks like ZELEX just going to completely give up on the A bomb, and they'll be going to B. What is that's number 2 on the map? That's pushing up. Going to get the click onto Hunter. Nitrix going to be trying to get that bomb down. He gets the bomb and gets absolutely smoked by Delusions. Delusions really turning his game around now. Was 2-4, now 4-4. And UNIFY, very nice round of search and destroy. And, you know, you can't really ask for much more in that round. He gets the pick onto Hunter on the rotation. He read it really well. He spots Nitrix there, I think. And, I mean, what more can you ask for? That's great search and destroy out of Delusions.
It was funny earlier how Ace Esports was saying how terrible Wavy, like saying Wavy wasn't good at S&D. Now Wavy's popping off 5-2. Let's see what you can do.
I mean, the real way you can determine like who's got ice in these search and destroy rounds is just by looking at the deaths. Like, you know, who's really been the person that's been staying alive for that squad, being the anchor. And meanwhile, Ibex going really aggressive into top piano. He'll get the pick onto Danny and get immediately taken down by Dill. But Hunter getting a second frag onto Garage. You know, 8-5 now, pushing his score up. Highest frags in the lobby. By a significant margin, getting the second onto Wavy as well. That's really, really nice out of him. And now 3-1 in favour of ZELEX. Make it a 3v0 as ZELEX will get that round. And 4-3. It's a very, I mean, I wouldn't say very close, but it's quite a close search and destroy. ZELEX really just finding their salvation in Hunter. He's the one putting up big numbers for them. And, I mean, if I was Hunter, I'd be expecting some other players to step up. You know, there's Cryo and Ibex are normally very, very good search and destroy players. I know they're not big fans of this map, whether they're doing well or not, but, you know, search and destroy is just one of those game modes. You can either have a really good day, you'll be absolutely popping off, or you'll have a bad day and you're just not doing what maybe you're supposed to be doing. But, you know, timing plays a big part in it. Cryo got unlucky, of course, in that first round. That's the only one I've really noticed as much as news. And it's looking like ZELEX doing a hard push into Garage. Hunter already pushed all the way up with Bomb as well. So if he gets taken down, it's very risky. I wouldn't challenge if I was him. Delusion's playing on the wall as well. Going to push Maiden, finding nothing. And they're you know, keeping their mark in Garage. They're not overextending. They're waiting for all their players to be here. Hunter's just checking his angles. But who is that up on the steps? I believe that's Wavy in a very, very dangerous position. Seeing Hunter's back, not going to go for the shots yet. He's almost finding the kill onto Hunter. Eventually he finds the kill, and Delusion's taking down Ibex as well. And this looks almost unwinnable for ZELEX. Nitrix getting taken down. Cryo getting left in the 1v4. Like, it doesn't matter how good you are, you're not winning this situation. Absolutely pinched from balcony as well. Yep. And that is 5-3 map point for UNIFY. And I know that these ZELEX players that I see, do they have enough eyes to get 3 rounds in a row? Nitrix getting absolutely bullied off the garage heady there.
Yeah, I was gonna ask you, like, how do you feel about your ZELEX boys getting beaten? Like, how they were successful last match, and what they're doing now?
I mean, I would have expected ZELEX to take the search and destroy. Not only have they been looking pretty solid in IMS&D in scrims, but also, you know, they're on the European host. They've got the advantage. Ibex having died in every single round so far, that is not what you'd expect to see out of a player of his caliber. You know, MVP last series, and you'd just be expecting better. There's not really much more to say about it. Meanwhile, UNIFY going to be going for his Apex, almost getting taken down by Nitrix. Not quite, really taking up on, I believe that was Danny. Yep, got him down to very low HP, but not quite taking down. Cryo getting picked by Delusions, I believe. And Delusions finding the second onto Hunter, and this looks like it's going to be a 2-0 in the series in favour of UNIFY, and they're very close after this round to taking the Call of Duty tournament. That's still getting a pick, and Nitrix then trading out, and that will be map point for UNIFY. I mean, what really stands out to me, I don't know about you, Zach, but not only compared to both sides of the leaderboard, there was Hunter at the top, and then there was Ibex and Nitrix. Nitrix only finding his 3rd kill in that last round there. Ibex, I believe, going 2-9, really not what you'd expect out of him. But across the board for UNIFY, that was just pure dominance, I guess is the best word for it. Like they were all doing their jobs, doing their roles, and all of them getting kills as well. There wasn't a single weak player on that lineup. It's not like someone was going 13-6 and carrying the squad. You know what I mean? There was very much a team effort to it, and that's what I find quite impressive. Obviously, maybe a different day against a different team, or maybe even the same team. That map goes a different way, but
yeah.
I mean, what do you think?
I'm just absolutely amazed how, like you said, UNIFY dominating over ZELEX.
I really was expecting Ibex to come in this series with fire. I thought that, you know, he's been playing all day today. I know he has. He's been really getting into the mindset of having this final today. And he I was looking at the group chat this morning. Every single person in the group chat was hyped for it. They've been on the whole day waiting for today. And in all honesty, I was expecting more. Not just out of Ibex, out of everyone. Hunter really being the only person who's put up numbers in that search and destroy. Cryo obviously doing okay in the hard point, but everyone else on the team not really doing what you'd expect them to do in that hard point series. And for most of them, individually, the woes have continued into the search and destroy, and hopefully they can break this.
Yeah.
Hopefully they can break this streak of losses and turn it into a W for this control and extend the series.
Ace Esports asking for a play wavy POV. That's what they're asking for.
I mean, I can give you a whole round of wavy control if you want on the next one, Ace.
Might as well.
But Hunter saying, "Pug, how you liking me?" Like, no, Hunter, I'm not gonna lie, that was absolutely frying out of you. But looking like a sort of Dashy, Optic, Chicago, Miami S&D, that, you know, there was some people like Dashy doing big things in the search, and then there was also maybe people like Scump or Ibex doing not so big things in the search.
Doing a Shotzi.
Oh, doing a shot. I mean, Scump was the first person to drop a donut, and I was really not expecting that.
Yeah.
But I think what's looking especially, I don't want to say hopeless, but not exactly hope-provoking, is the fact that ZELEX's next map is on a North American host, on a mode that they're not as comfortable with as they are in Hardpoint and Search and Destroy, and you know they've expended their strongest game modes, not having won a map on either of them, and now they're playing what is debatably their weakest game mode. And they're having to play a North American host to defend their chances at winning this tournament.
Yeah, who knows what could happen? What if they reverse sweep, or something like that?
I mean,
or maybe get at least map 4.
Reverse sweep is like always on the cards. It's not been like these maps have been unwinnable, but at the same time, it's not exactly looking especially positive for ZELEX. I don't know what to expect. I think it's just going to come down to, you know, whether Hunter can not only continue the performance he did in Search and Destroy, going into the control, but also, you know, making sure Ibex and Cryo and Nitrix do what I guess we expect out of them. You know, I always hold very high standards for every single player in competitive Call of Duty, no matter who they are. But especially my boys, I expect them to go out there and I expect them to absolutely fry. I guess I'm like a football dad. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Shooting from the sides.
But obviously it hurts a little bit seeing them 2-0 down the series. I know how good these players are and what they can do. It's just unfortunate. North American host, you know, maybe 200 plus ping for some of them on their weakest game mode against a very strong team. The odds are very much stacked against them. And if they win this, absolutely great storyline. But at the same time, it's very unlikely if they do. If they can get it to the map 4, then I'd expect them to get it to the map 5. Like, they've got their own host on hardpoint, which is their strongest mode, which wasn't really shown in the checkmate hardpoint, partly because, you know, weaker map, partly because North American host. But if they can get through this map 3, ZELEX, then I really thoroughly believe that they'll get it to a map 5 and possibly clutch it out.
Yeah, hopefully. I guess that 3-2 to ZELEX will that come in clutch. The predictions earlier.
It is very much possible, is the best way to put it. Very much possible.
Maybe, yeah.
But, you know, the only way to get a reverse sweep is to lose the first 2 maps, and that's exactly what they've done. And, you know, if anything happens, it'll be an even better storyline. But at the same time, I can't see UNIFY choking this 2-0 lead. I would expect a strong performance out of them, like they're doing. This is kind of what we expect from a roster that's, you know, absolutely dominated the winners bracket. They haven't lost a single map out of the, I believe, 5 series that they've played. They haven't lost a single map on there. That just proves the dominance. Maybe weak competition, you could argue, but at the same time, they've been absolutely frying. I really can't see ZELEX winning this. I can really see.
You sound very tilted. You sound pretty mad. It sounds like you're about to cry.
I don't know where they're starting. You need to put me on Quadcosta. We've got 2 rematches in the league. One is in your host for 1 through 5, so you can prove something at that point. Yeah, so Call of Duty Delta League coming up. Not just a tournament. Tournament, I guess, is an introduction, a taster. And then seeing the success of this tournament, the league's been introduced. And I guess, I mean, I said it earlier in the stream, but I can definitely see these 2 teams being juggernauts. Whether ZELEX are you know, playing badly in this series or not, but it's unfortunate it happens. Let's hope that it doesn't continue into control. Also, sorry, pardon me. Cry, get out of the chat. You need to go play. But I can't. I can only imagine that Wavy's going to get MVP if he keeps up his performance. And even if he doesn't have a great control, it's still likely he'll get MVP. But Hunter's going to be rushing out to the plane, getting combo delusions, Ibex with the trade, and Wavy trading him out. And that might just be at least 2 ticks on A if they stack it properly. They've only got 2 onto A, and they've also got 1 on the B. Really putting pressure onto the ZELEX squad. Hunter getting picked at the front. Dill getting the pick at the front. Dill getting a second pick. Cryo trading him out. Well, not even trading him out, getting Danny instead. But maybe just a full A within the first 20 seconds. Cryo,
Yeah.
I think, just completely chalking the A zone. Yep, full A. Huge life
doing the
advantage.
wavy
Cryo
POV.
finally lighting up the feed, going 3 and 2. The only person really. I mean, Nitrix and Hunter still looking for their kill. You know, it's pretty early on in the first round, but yeah, already an ATIC, and you just because ZELEX, you can't let that happen. That is pure dominance. Dill 4 and 1, sorry, Delusions 4 and 2, Danny 3 and 1, and 4 and 1 now. Okay. I mean, Nitrix, Hunter really need to start putting some kills on the board. Ibex for the first time in the series going positive. Sending off the smoke though. Delusion's going to take Ibex down up front. Delusion's going to get a second one, and Nitrix is going to finally get Delusion. I imagine Nitrix gets touched in the head, but if you can find one of them, and that might just be the round. Yeah, Ibex might do. We'll get one, got the second. Wavy takes him down, and I can expect round 1 going to UNIFY. And if you've looked at it, you just can't be losing checkmate control touchdowns. You just can't be losing those. It's so defender-sided. In the whole of the CDL, only one round in the first weekend was won on the attack side. And that is possibly the worst start and the best start for UNIFY that they could have had. Hunter, not really doing what you'd expect him to do. Nitrix, same goes. He's only found 1 kill, but then again, infinitely more kills than Hunter. Okay, that was quite harsh. I'm sorry. Sorry, Hunter, I love you. But Wavy going to stop Nitrix. He will take him down. Nitrix getting him pretty low, and Cryo now top lane really being the... I was going to say the only salvation, but Hunter doing his job and eventually getting taken down. And that is close to best case scenario for UNIFY. Getting 4 kills, them only losing 2 lives up. Delusions only playing. We're going to be looking for the pick on Ibex. We'll get the pick on Ibex. It's cleared out by Nitrix. Cry going to be looking for these kills underneath plane. And apologies for my terrible spectating skills. I should have caught those. But Nitrix getting the 3rd on the front. I expect we'll be seeing that play again at the best play round, no matter what happens. And going for the 2nd tick onto B, and I imagine they get it. And Cryo covering that top lane. That is almost full beat control. Nitrix getting another kill into the front, and he'll eventually get taken down by Danny. But lives looking a lot more even. If they can get this attack down, they're right back in this map. Cryo getting the pick onto Danny. Delusions trading him out. Dildo getting taken down by Hunter, but immediately trading out is Delusions onto Nitrix. And Delusions 12 and 6 now in the series. I mean, anything that's
13 now.
13 and 14.
14. Yeah.
I mean, UNIFY have absolutely covered this series with fire. They're very close to being 2-0 up if Ibex can't make this play top lane. You know, Ibex 34 HP, you can't expect them to win this, and they'll get taken down by Wavy. Wavy will almost find a 2nd, but it's looking, I guess you could say, close to hopeless for ZELEX. I mean, Nitrix maybe getting this tick onto B, but nevertheless, these lives very much forward in the past. Wavy taking down Nitrix as well, Hunter getting a trade. I can't see...
Hunter's stepping up this game though. 7 and 11. It's nearly going positive.
Yeah, I mean, Hunter, better round for him. Not strong by any means, but better.
You can say he went positive this round.
I mean, he did go positive this round. But, you know, Ibex, the relatively strong start that he had on the first round, is being sort of nullified by the, I guess, what you could call the weaker round. The second half, and significantly weaker, 7 and 11. That's a nice 4-piece, and I think he gets a 5th as well later on. But I really just surprised the amount of smoke that UNIFY are bringing. You know, Wavy and Dill sort of having relatively calm series. A bit of rubber banding there. Danny's 12 and 9, and Delusions 18 and 7. That is just pure, I guess, control and control. Ibex opening up the round with a nice little 2-piece in the top lane area. Eventually going to get taken down by Wavy, who finds his 2 kills up in top lane. Wavy having found the only 3 kills for ZELEX. Sorry, not for ZELEX, for UNIFY. This round, and he will continue to fry. Delusions obviously continuing to fry, making it 19-8. Dale gets to the front as well. Delusions making it 20-8. He is having an absolute map for himself. He's going on a real tear. And meanwhile, under his guidance of kills, they're managing to get possibly a full A. Unless Cry can do anything about it, and he'll get taken down. Hunter will get one, Hunter will get one. Hunter will almost find a second. Ibex, I'd imagine, will take him down, and he does. But whether Ibex got that trade or not, that's A secured.
Yeah, I was just surprised that Dale could get that A control gone. We're killing everyone off that. I was surprised by that.
Yeah, I mean, it really comes down. I mean, Ibex actually going on a tear in the spawn now, 4 streak, eventually going to get taken down with Delusions. I mean, who else would it be but Delusions that snapped to take him down? But, you know, on the other side of things, it's not all sunshine and rainbows for United. I mean, Gani, 5 death streak this round, was 12-9, now 12-14, eventually going to get his kill. Onto, I believe, and he might just find a second Ibex, and Ibex can't do an absolute world slam, he does. Ibex, I mean, Ibex and Nitrix, sorry, meanwhile, Nitrix have been having a pretty solid match. He's been getting the kills where he needs to, he's been doing his thing. Yeah, I'm genuinely surprised by just the amount of fire United Nations, UNIFY Nations, not United Nations. I'm pretty sure that's a very, very different organisation. But I mean, there's still a very good chance that ZELEX will get this round. I mean, Nitrix will get a very important kill on top, and he might go down and find the second kill, and possibly a third, but Bill will take him down. Bill capturing the point and gets taken down by Cryo, and this is looking very likely a ZELEX round, and about time as well. For ZELEX to get around on the board. I mean, if they're going to do it on either side, it's going to be defense, and they're going to be facing a very, very difficult attack round now. I mean, if there's anyone to clutch a 1v9 on this team, it's Delusions right now in its control, but it's looking very unwinnable, and there we go, getting taken down by Cryo in the end. And that is 2-1 in favour of UNIFY. I mean, big plays coming out of a few of the ZELEX guys there. You know, Nitrix having himself a relatively solid match. Ibex, you know, getting those engagements onto Wavy there. They're very, very nice shots. What's standing out to you, Zach?
I'm just still like amazed with Delusions. How he's going 24-18. I'm still amazed.
24-14.
Same thing. -4.
I know. I mean, Wavy not quite having this the map that I guess from this series we've come to expect.
Yeah.
But you know, Bill and Danny opening things up for this round, almost getting taken down Nitrix, finessing around, but Delusions will get us trade out. I mean, Delusions is just having himself a map, almost trying to come to there as well. And this, from the ZELEX point of view, just must be really frustrating to play against. Like, playing against a player who's so dominant against you, who's really just tearing up. And not to take anything away from the rest of the United guys, you know, especially Dill this series. Like, he's been going 18-13 very quietly. Or maybe not quietly, but I haven't really been pointing them out. You know, having himself a pretty good map, but I mean, Delusion's starting to slow down at least a little bit. But you never know with this guy. He's been having himself a really nice series. You know, doing well in the second score, doing relatively well on the hard point, and now absolutely flying in control. And I can imagine that, you know, this is about to be the tournament on the line. 20 seconds, and you know, ZELEX, they're gone. They'll be stacking onto this A, and Crow will be getting the BT. And really, you can't even be losing that far on this one. Ibex completely stacking, and with that flurry of kills, it looks like UNIFY are going to set up the spawn trap, and that might just be the game. I mean, they'll be trying to fight their way out of spawn. Nitrix with the opening kill, but Danny training right back into Prime. Nitrix with the second one, that's problem ball with him now, as he's getting eventually taken down by Wavy. Wavy finding the second, and that will probably be the dagger and Call of Duty Delta tournaments might just find themselves a winner as far as that's possible. They'll get taken down with Delusion. And finally, UNIFY Nations with one of the most dominant 3-0s I might have ever witnessed as a caster, although my casting career hasn't been very well. That is very, very solid work. And here you have it. Call of Duty Delta Tournament champions. UNIFY Nation. I take it with a grain of salt, obviously. They're just going to clap my boys. But, great play out of them. You can't... if you're a UNIFY Nation fan, you're happy watching this. That is very solid Call of Duty. I guess all I can say is expect some absolute smoke coming from them in the league. That is such solid Call of Duty, and it's nice to watch.
Yeah, and with the league now, we're having teams from all parts of the world coming together, all having like a city in front of the name, and then the org and stuff like that. Oh, it's going to be amazing.
Yeah, I believe it's ZELEX, California.
Yeah.
And I wish I could tell you about UNIFY, but I genuinely can't remember. I haven't. I haven't really been doing my research, but you can thank me for that. I guess just type a GG in the chat. And I mean, anyone in chat, what are you thinking?
Like, what are you looking for the league and stuff like that?
I mean, no, just a series. Like, I mean, what stands out to you guys? He's saying, "Tom, I love you, man." I mean, okay, right. I believe it's Texas UNIFY. Maybe I can't imagine a Texas Nation. That'd be a very strange name. I'm really just, I'm impressed, but at the same time shocked. UNIFY coming in here with the smoke, as far as I can see, and that was just, it's obviously for me being a ZELEX coach, it's not fun to watch for me. But if those aren't my boys out there, that's good Call of Duty to watch. And I'm
OB Honey Badger shouting waving. And then Ace Esports saying, waving, let me get you that contract. I think we know who the MVP is then.
If there's anyone that's going to steal it off Wavy, it's Delusions, obviously having an absolutely huge map 3. But I don't know if you have to be delusional to take it off Wavy. I mean, he had such a strong search and destroy, not even strong, just complete dominance on that hard point. And even when it came to control, it's not like he played badly. It's not like he was letting the team down. He didn't pop off like maybe we'd expect him to, if you use the first 2 maps as foreshadowing. But I'd be having to pitch in the MVP going to Wavy. I mean, on the other side of the pond, I expected better from ZELEX. I thought they were going to come with a little bit more heat, a little bit more fire. And they ended up... I mean, I guess the easiest way to put it is they just didn't do that. But, I mean, any final words before the stream goes? What are you thinking, Zach?
I'm just not glad, but like surprised. Not surprised, but like just happy that we finally have a winner.
I mean, it's been the tournament has been long. There's been
the tournament's new though. The whole tournament thing came in December. It's been like 2 months since it happened. It's gone such a long way.
I mean, we have I guess as we go into the league, we will now have our reigning champions, and we'll see what happens. But I can only expect that UNIFY Nation are going to come out with the fire in the league, and I guess that's what we expect from them now. They've set the benchmark, and they have to continue that. But anyway, anyone in the stream chat who's still watching, have an absolutely great night, or maybe you're North America, and have a great day. Although it's coming up to the evening now, so have a great night. And hopefully, in the coming months, I guess, I will be hosting more. Also, let me know what you thought of the casting. Maybe drop me a DM or whatever. But that was very, very nice out of the UNIFY Nation guys, and I'll see you guys in a bit.